All right. Welcome to DAO Rush Week, everybody. This is the opening session. This DAO Rush Week is the third DAO Rush Week. We had one in June of last year, one in September, and this is the third one. We try to do one each quarter, give DAOs across the ecosystem a chance to tell everybody what they're about and recruit more members. Really, we want more and more people to join DAOs because we think DAOs are great. And we think that the more people join DAOs, the better DAOs will be, and the better people's lives will be. They'll have more people that they can accomplish their goals with. It's all about bringing people together to get something done. So in particular, the reason that we started DAO Rush Week is because the conversation about DAOs at the time was very heavy on technology and potential financial gain. And there's nothing wrong with technology, and there's nothing wrong with potential financial gain. But what we wanted to show people by bringing all these DAOs together and letting them show their people is that there are human beings behind these DAOs. There are people who come together on calls every week or every month and get to know each other better, work together. Like, this is really a technology that's a social technology. It's about the people, not necessarily about the charts, not necessarily about transactions on chain. It's about the people. So a lot of the DAOs that you'll hear from are about technology and do have different financial mechanisms going on. That's totally fine. But this is the week where you get to meet the people behind the tech, the people behind the tokens, and figure out whether you want to be a part of what they're doing. So again, we're going to try to do this once per quarter. This is the third one. We want to do another one next quarter. And the way we organize these events is by the DAO Rush Council. So DAO Rush Week itself was started by Metacartel. We just had an idea, we put it together, and we kept it going. But as this event keeps recurring, we want it to be managed by the DAOs that participate themselves. So basically the way we manage the DAO Rush Council is when a DAO participates in DAO Rush Week and throws a good event, we want to add them to the DAO Rush Council so they can be a part of controlling what this event is and making it happen each quarter. And when they throw multiple great events or like a spectacular event, they get promoted within the DAO Rush Council because there's basically 2 levels of membership. So if you're part of a DAO that's participating this week, the existing members of the DAO Rush Council want to attend your events to see what's going on so we can add you or promote you within the DAO Rush Council, and then you can be really what's steering this event going forward. So that's the DAO Rush Council. We want your DAO to be a part of it. And if you're participating this week, that's kind of the track to be able to control this event each quarter. So the schedule for this event is on DAORushWeek.com. There's an embedded calendar in that page. If you click on events in the nav bar, it'll scroll you down and you can see those events. All the times are Eastern time, so make sure you adjust for that. But if you click on each event, you can see what time they are. Sometimes you won't have like the Zoom link in the event, and that's what the Discord is for. So make sure you join the DAO Rush Week Discord. As the events are coming up, each DAO is going to say, hey, our event's about to happen. Here's the link. And you find all the links in the Discord. Some of the events also have their own Eventbrite RSVP. That's also a good way to keep in touch. So if there's an event you want to go to and you see the RSVP link, definitely RSVP. But the last resort for everything is the Discord. You can't miss anything if you're in the Discord. So make sure you join that. And with that said, it's time to meet the DAOs. So again, each DAO is going to have 2 to 3 minutes. I'll cut people off if they go on forever, but to tell what they're about, to make sure they highlight their open house event for the week, and really just to make sure people know why they should join. Because again, this event is about getting people to join your DAOs and growing them over time. So first up is the DAO Book Club. Anybody here from DAO Book Club?
I can speak for DAO Book Club.
Awesome.
So DAO Book Club is, it's a great DAO that is kind of a DAO of DAOs, where we have a few different groups that meet on a weekly basis to talk about some sort of book that we're reading. So in one of the groups, we're talking about the Federalist Papers, and another, we're talking about the Anti-Federalist Papers. And then we had a new one that just popped up. But yeah, you should join our Discord, and if there's a book that you'd like to talk about on a weekly basis, we'd love to have you.
Great. I'm a member of the DAO Book Club. It's a good time. Highly recommended. Next up is DAO Org.
Hey all, we're from DAO Org. We're a dev shop, a dev collective that's run as a DAO. We've been building for different clients in the Web3 space for 2 years now. Launched our DAO and also launched a legal entity to wrap it. And we have a simple activation process where you basically like do a proof of work that takes you like 2 to 4 hours, any project you want to do, depending on like what your expertise is and what kind of talent you want to contribute. And then the DAO can like vote you in and you get 100 DAI and 100 rep, and then you're activated and you're eligible to work on different like internal and client projects we're working on. And so we're focused, largely on building for other DAOs, for DeFi projects and Web3 tooling. And yeah, come to our open house on Wednesday to learn more.
Great. Next up is Lex DAO.
Hey folks, and I hope you guys can hear me okay.
Yep.
Great, and yeah, thanks Neuron and the DAO Rush Council for putting together this awesome, week event. Lex DAO has been doing this since the start, and we hope to keep doing it a couple of years in the future. But yeah, so Lex DAO is a lot of things, but at core, it's kind of like a digital bar association for attorneys that want to learn about crypto law, and also for coders that want to learn more about, I guess, some of the legal implications and opportunities of cool things like smart contracts. For Lex DAO, there's a really cool narrative arc of disruption for law firms and the legal practice using smart contracts, and sort of putting old school companies into DAOs, reinventing how people pay each other, with like time locked escrows, and also having court systems, using Ethereum smart contracts. So Lex DAO is a way for people that are interested in sort of these topics to get more hands-on, to learn how to code smart contracts, and to also own sort of the common goods that I see coming out of this sort of effort, such as security token launchers, DAOs that can do arbitration and sort of provide this sort of subjective layer to Ethereum smart contracts. So we want to plug in these gaps, but really it's just an opportunity to build a common knowledge base and kind of do some cool stuff together. So Lex DAO has an event this Wednesday, Learn and Chill. You can kind of get familiar with people that our Lex DAO members, our engineers, what we're working on. We have a lot of projects that I think we could use help from, more other DAOs like Red Guild. Front end coding is a great need that we have. So yeah, please come, check out Lex DAO. And yeah, one other cool thing that we did last week was submit a comment to FinCEN about their unhosted, wallet record keeping requirements. So there's a lot to do for lawyers and coders alike. So anyways, that's kind of my spiel. And always glad to see familiar faces in DAOs in this Rush Week. So yeah, coming out.
All right, let me refresh the slide deck really before I move on to the next one. All right, next up is Machi X.
Yep, I'm Yalu. Thanks to DAO Rush Week for this great event. At MatriX, we are a collective of arts and patrons. We curate arts and music. We started with tokenized music IP assets, and we had 59 music tracks from Golden Melody Award winners. And this is equivalent to Grammy Awards in Mandarin Chinese music. Later on, we discovered that NFT and crypto arts are super interesting and a great, fantastic way for both crypto and non-crypto community to come and join and understand cryptos. So we kind of pivoted into this direction and turned Matrix into this DAO. And this time we are featuring artworks from a Marvel DC artist, Sean Chen. His work, he has worked with Marvel and DC for decades. His work includes Wolverine, Spider-Man, Avengers, as you can see on the slide. We do also have the OpenSea storefront to feature his work, and you can purchase them on the storefront. in OpenSea. So, and beside that, if you are passionate about arts, please come and join MachiX. Thank you.
Great. Next up is Metagama Delta.
Hey, so I'm Christina and I'm the rep for Metagama Delta. We are an inclusive and empowering society supporting women-led projects. What that essentially means is that we are a community of predominantly females who contributes to that goal in the way that we want, be that helping out with fundraising, hosting events, doing social, and a bunch of other stuff. We predominantly hang out, like most DAOs, in a weekly call where we update on the progress. And we also have virtual one-on-ones internally. We have learning sessions either with people inside the DAO or externally where they come and talk to us about different DeFi things or privacy or crypto art, whatever the DAO wants. And then of course we have grant opportunities. So we recently funded the Defiant, Dada, and Good Ghosting. And alongside this capital comes mentorship and other opportunities as well. And then the best part is, of course, that it's a really nice community of Web3 enthusiasts. And I highly encourage y'all to come to our open house on Wednesday. You can also scan the QR code. Thanks.
Awesome. Metagama Delta is actually part of the origin story for this event. If you're familiar with Rush Week in American college life, it's kind of inspired by like a college sort of social organizations. So they play off that and we play off that as well. It's a good metaphor for what we think social life can be like in this digital world. So thanks for the inspiration.
And you can comment about your fraternity or sorority dreams if you never did so.
All right, next up is DAO House.
Hi, Deacon here. DAO House is a product DAO, so we're building the DAO House product through a DAO, and so we like all contributors. We love feedback. Right now we have a program called Foundations Program, which is actually a DAO itself, which are people that can come test out some of our new beta and alpha releases of the product in a DAO, and we drop funds and other goodies into that DAO. And kind of the idea is like in the Foundations Program is that the users of a product should have some say and even some power on how it's developed. So yeah, come check out DAO House. We're going to be having an open house on tomorrow. So if that's interesting to you, come check that out too. Yeah.
Awesome. Before I go on to the next one more quick refresh. And next up is Pool Party. Anybody here from Pool Party?
Yeah. Thanks, Naran. Pool Party is another DAO of DAOs. It's a platform that it combines DAOs and DeFi and allows you to summon a DAO with your friends or your community to save up for a larger ticket item like a boat or a house or an investment club or something. But the great thing about it is it's earning interest in the middle. So it's a DAO that is holding interest-bearing tokens in currently idle or Aave. So it's a neat thing. So stop by Thursday to learn about them.
All right, next up is Raid Guild.
I'll take that one. Hey, everybody. I'm Adam, the Kerp around these circles. Yeah, Raid Guild is a services DAO, I guess. We're a guild of designers, developers, and now marketers run by DAO. It's been a really cool and so far successful experiment in building a community-owned agency to solve Web3 and sometimes Web2 design, development, and marketing needs. We have an event. I'm not sure when, but yeah, check it out if you want to learn more. Check out some of the projects we've been working on, etc.
Awesome. Next up is the PanBala Caucus, and I'm presenting that one. PanBala is a treasury that's shared between communities. So you've probably seen all the protocol treasuries out there where they're spending their tokens to like build up the platform. PanBala is a little bit different. It's a protocol treasury that communities can share, and we share it by donation matching. So we've been matching people's donations from the inflation of the system quarter over quarter. There's 29 communities that share the system, and this quarter their donations were matched at 7.5x. It's fluctuated each quarter from 10x, 12x, 7.5x. Basically, whatever the donations come in, we just have a fixed inflation curve that matches those donations. And we think that the more communities we share it with, the stronger it gets. So if your community is powered by donations, membership fees, anything that the community is spending money to support community life, we want to match those donations because PanBala is all about elevating community life. If you think about how nations are powered by their own currencies and corporations are powered by their own equity, that's really what's made political life and corporate life so dominant in our society, while community life kind of gets crowded out. We think this is the economic tool that can elevate community life to be on par with those things, or maybe even more important. So we want to keep matching donations from communities so they have that kind of economic tool that can power their growth. On Tuesday, tomorrow, you can come to the PanBala Caucus open house. You can learn more about the 29 communities that are in the PanBala League and how individual token holders in the PanBala Caucus work together with them to make recommendations each quarter for what we do. We want you to join the caucus. If you're interested in elevating community life, you can join the caucus as an individual. And we want you to join the PanBala League, which is a group of communities. If you have a community already that's powered by donations, we want to add you to the 29 communities in the PanBala League and match the contributions that are coming in. So our open house again is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we'd love to see you there. Next up is Hakimanda.
Woo, thank you for having us. Right, so Hakimanda is fundamentally the idea of what would happen if we uploaded an entire art festival onto the blockchain as a DAO. So what we're exploring is new ways of connecting artists, communities, patrons, sponsors through the Moloch DAO structure. We started as Trojan DAO, and we've since built, which was one of the first Moloch DAO forks back in the day. And we are moving on our mission and focusing on using the Moloch for a unique fundraising and coordination mechanism for Hakimanda. And yeah, we'd love to invite you onto our open house on Wednesday, where we can discuss this more. You can meet some of our members and all the great ideas that we're sharing at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you there.
Cool. Next up is Elastic DAO. Your audio is not coming through for me. I don't know if that's true for everybody else.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm Christina from Elastic DAO. Thank you very much for the amazing event. So Elastic DAO is a governance protocol focused in fair decentralization, and we aim to balance the competing interests between the different shareholders in an ecosystem, the investors, the core team, and the individuals who want to contribute. So we're providing equal opportunities and equal voting power to the participants to achieve that. And we will have one event on Thursday at 2 p.m. US time and 9 p.m. Estonian time. And it will be separated in two parts. In the beginning, we will talk a bit more about Elastic DAO, what we are doing, our values, and how we can help different DAOs. And in the second part, it will be more like a social event. We will have we will have some pop tokens, and we will have some discussions about governance. We will drink and have fun. So if you want to learn more about a fair governance and have fun, please join us. Thank you.
Awesome. I like the having fun part. That should be fun. Next up is API 3.
Hi, Niran. Thanks for organising DAO Rush Week, and thanks to the DAO Rush Week Council for having us on. API 3 is a DAO that's dedicated to providing the next generation of data for blockchain apps, enterprises, and everyone really. We believe that the best way of doing this is through decentralizing every aspect of it, including the governance layer. API 3 is currently a small Aragon-based DAO with 30 members. We're working on building the final API 3 DAO, which will have a novel skin in the game governance model to provide truly quantitative security for the projects consuming the data. Once this is completed, everyone who owns API 3 tokens will be able to take part in governing API 3 and curating data feeds, making proposals, and basically helping the community shape the future of data use for blockchain projects. We aim to provide this to every blockchain. Although the DAO starts off on Ethereum, we have a route and a kind of a plan to extend this to other chains. We have an event on Thursday, 6 p.m. UTC. We'd like everybody who's interested in contributing to come along. Because of 30 members, we have a pathway for people contributing and people who are looking to help us build the definitive DAO. And then moving on from that, people who might have a part in the definitive DAO or who just want to know a bit more about how API 3 works and what the governance will look like are welcome as well. We're happy to give them more information. Thanks very much.
Awesome. I'm really excited about what API 3 is up to. Next up is the TEC, Token Engineering Commons.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great, fantastic. Hi, everybody. Okay, the Token Engineering Commons is one commons of what will be hopefully many from the commons stack. And what we are attempting to do, and I would like to also at this moment highlight the DAO Book Club, because the new book is currently Governing the Commons by Eleanor Ostrom. And that is the principle of what the TEC is all about. That's what we're doing. We're building future economies off of her principles. Give me a second here. All right, now, ethical engineering to accelerate purpose-driven economies. That's what we are attempting to do. And we are a community of experts pooling resources to fund open source R&D of standards, tools, and an education to grow this continuous field. What we're really looking to do here is we want to bring back the engineers that had all of the dreams before, before VCs, before all of this number go up, when people really dreamed about building something incredible on Ethereum. And we want to bring all those people back together again in a like area where they can just let it go and they can build something incredible. And we can help use a contribution system and ABC, a bonding curve to help create more wealth for these projects in a way that's actually more beneficial than to this day. We're still not doing what people sought out to do. It's just been kind of taken over and taken from all of us. And we want to bring that back and give people a place to do that again. We're going to have an open house on Wednesday. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at our Discord general. I'm going to get another link up here for those of that. I apologize for the slide, everyone. I kind of had to speed that up. I was a little late to get it to Niran. Other than that, I really appreciate anybody come to the open house and engage questions of all kinds. We're there. There's a huge community. We're over 200 people just in the TEC. There's a lot of people that want to help. And we would love to see you guys there too. And whatever the TEC can do for anyone else. Thank you, Niran.
No problem. I like the slide. It's pretty.
Also,
it's fascinating. So you should definitely look into that. Next up is Defination.
I'm going to take this one too, Niran. So the Defination Signals DAO is having their open house on Thursday morning. It is a club or DAO of people from the DeFi Nation community who are interested in learning more advanced techniques of trading and understanding the DeFi Legos in a token permissioned DAO. So it was one of the first to use the Collabland bot for token permission. It's a 100 DSD to join the community. We have a community of 120 strong folks who've been learning and trading through this process.
Cool. Next up is Web3 API.
Hey guys, it's Ingemar here. Ingemar from the Web3 API DAO, and it's a very developer-focused DAO, focusing on solving some of the main problems with Web3 development. And though it is very developer-heavy, the problems that we're attempting to solve will affect everyone who interacts with or builds on Web3. And so what we're trying to do is solve the integration issue where what most projects have to do is use JavaScript SDKs, and what it leads to is often bloating or composability issues with applications. And so we're looking to solve that by implementing a Web3 API client inside of these apps. And what that'll do is solve the bloating issue and allow for multi-platform support for Web3 developers. That means you'll be able to code in Rust, C#, C++, Go, Python, multiple languages for Web3, and multi-platform support for IoT, games, mobile devices, etc. So what we're trying to do is just open the floodgates for developers who want to build on Web3, but are sort of held back by some of the lack of standardization for Web3, and also bring in more enterprises to the Web3 space. So I think what we're doing is really, really exciting, and please join our event on Tuesday, 1 p.m. EST, so you can learn more about it.
Awesome. This was another one that was really mind-bending for me. If you're familiar with Docker or WebAssembly in general, you should look at what they're doing there, because I think it's going to flip the architecture of Web3 apps. Next up is Badger DAO.
All right, so it's Ingemar of Badger DAO. I'll be introducing Badger DAO, and so what we're out to do is just build more DeFi products for Bitcoin. So the members of Badger DAO are Bitcoin enthusiasts and DeFi enthusiasts, and the goal is to just bring both of those worlds together. Also, we're big on collaboration with other DeFi DAOs. We've collaborated with Meme, yield farming, Meme, people who use our joint products. We have a series of vaults called sets. If you're familiar with Year in Finance, these vaults have automated liquidity strategies where you can just click deposit with your funds and it just makes money for you, basically. So the Badger DAO has about 600 million worth of total value locked, and we plan to unleash many more Bitcoin-focused DeFi products in the near future. One of them, including the DIG token, which is a rebasing token pegged to the price of Bitcoin. And we're also very big on supporting public goods. The Badger DAO has its own governance token. 2% of that supply is devoted for donations to public goods, namely on Gitcoin. So we are regularly supporting other Web3 projects with our treasury. We recently donated about $200,000 worth of Badger tokens for projects in Gitcoin round 8. So we're very, very like community forward. We're trying to help the DeFi ecosystem, the Bitcoin ecosystem. So join our event. It's on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks.
Awesome. Before I close things off, are there any DAOs that are hosting events that did not get a slide in but want to talk about what they're about?
Hey, this is Metaverde with OneHive. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry that I don't have anything scheduled yet. I just found out about this, but I'm going to say really quickly about OneHive. I've only been on the project a couple of months, so I don't have the deepest knowledge about it, but it's been really exciting because it seems to be, it's a DAO dedicated to the common good and trying to help other DAOs realize their projects. I wrote something down really fast. So, so we use the products of, like, we're an Aragon DAO. We use Source Cred. We use Bright ID. A lot of our people are working with token engineering to work on. I'm probably going to not get this exactly right, but we're working on tokenomics and finding the ideal distribution versus burn, and how to best benefit communities through token distribution. Working with the common stack, of course, because it goes with token engineering. And we're also developing an arbitration system called Celeste Courts that's going to be for, think for like more minor disputes. And we're on XDAI chain, which means that everything is a lot less expensive and faster to implement. There are a few DAOs that are looking at moving to XDAI because of the economic possibilities. And I think that we're really unique in that we're using the DAO basically to run live governance and economics experiments. And part of that is that we have HoneySwap, which is a decentralized exchange, and it's the only decentralized exchange that's associated. Here, let me turn my video on. Sorry about that. It's the only decentralized exchange that's associated with a DAO that's working for the common good. Like the purpose of HoneySwap isn't necessarily to, like, it's not like When Lambo, Moon, blah. It's more about helping the community and finding ways to integrate DeFi and trading, and helping small traders ways to make DeFi. I'm sorry, this is such a jumble. This was really sudden. Make DeFi accessible for everyone. And to that end, we have people that are working on an Aave fork on XDAI so that it won't cost you like $50 to generate DAI if you need a loan, which is what's currently going on Ethereum with the different DeFi apps. So that was a quick jumble. I apologize. But that's what we're doing. Everything.
Cool. I'm a big fan of the OneHive crowd. A lot of them have been around since like the early days of DAO. So we've done a lot of thinking together.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have found it. And I'm only just now like having a time to branch out and look at other DAOs, because I got kind of, I got conscripted into, well, not conscripted, into the marketing. And so I've been really busy trying to keep social media together. And that's, full time in crypto.
Awesome.
Thank you, Narad, for getting us in. I appreciate it.
No problem. Any other DAOs without a slide?
Yeah. Hey, Narad, can you press refresh real fast?
Yes. A couple more. Let's do
2 more slides. Thanks. Yeah. Cool. So first off, yeah, this is Aaron here. I'm speak from Depot DAO. Depot DAO stands for the Decentralized Politics DAO, which I'm sure feels very, very top of mind for a lot of people right now. What we're trying to do at Depot DAO, we've been around for about a year. And we are kind of trying to envision a new form of politics, one that is decentralized in nature and open in the way it's architected. It's not have allegiance to one party or another party, but rather is kind of a party for the people. And really what we're here to do is experiment with better and new forms of governance models that we can apply to decentralized politics. So we've been around for about a year now. We've raised some money via Gitcoin, and what we're trying to do is fund nonpartisan open source tech, political tech projects. And so we have a lot of different ideas that we're working on right now: decentralized voting stickers, new kind of ways to increase public discourse. We're looking to ramp that up more. So if you have thoughts on a better way to do politics, or you've had thoughts on like why we should get away from a two-party system, or you have new ideas on voting mechanisms and you want to come build them, this is the call for builders and calls for experimentation. We're having our Rush event this Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Please come join. We'll kind of jump on the call and talk about where the DAO is headed, how to get involved, and what we should be working on for the next quarter.
Awesome. And then the next one is Whaler DAO.
And yeah, I think I'm going to cover this one as well. I know there's a couple other Whaler DAO members on the call. Feel free to jump in as I'm talking. But yeah, Aaron here, this time from Whaler DAO. And what we're doing at Whaler DAO is we're fighting DeFi whales to save the world. Ultimately, the high level, what we believe in is that DeFi has shown an incredible way to encourage participation in protocols via these new kind of investment vehicles. And we think it should be for everyone. And we think there's interesting ways to take these DeFi protocols and actually fund public goods. In some way to how Badger DAO is using some of their treasury to fund public goods. Whaler DAO, what we do is we create new financial or DeFi protocols that inherently fund, that have a treasury reserve that help us fund public goods. So we've launched one token project so far called Tree. We have a couple more token projects that are public good projects that are in our backlog that we're currently working on getting ramped up. We meet every Friday. This Rush event's we meet every Friday from 11 to 12 Eastern time, which is when our Rush event's going to be. So if you're interested in launching new token projects or new DeFi protocols that have some kind of way to help and fund public goods, or kind of save the world in whichever way, Whaler DAO is the place for you. We've launched Tree. We have a couple more like impact certificates and fish coming up. We're looking for all the help we can get. So please come join us this Friday from 11 to 12. Any other Whaler DAO members have anything they wanted to add?
Whaler DAO is amazing. Join Whaler DAO.
Yeah, the TLDR for everyone, Whaler DAO is a really cool group of people coming together to do some really, really cool things. And so if you are either a really cool person looking for cool things, Whaler DAO is the place for you.
Awesome. Any last DAOs without a slide?
Niran, did you talk about the book club? Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Last DAOs. What's up, everyone? I'm Yaler from Metacartel, and I'm here to talk about Metacartel. Apologies for not having a slide. But yeah, Metacartel is a grant-giving DAO. It's the first fork of Moloch DAO. When our trustee founder was rejected by Moloch, he created a grant-giving DAO and named it Metacartel. What we do is we give funds to early stage projects, open source teams building things like dApps, consumer facing experiments. We fund the creation of new DAOs and all kinds of crypto native things that happen in the Ethereum space. We were mostly funded by individuals, and we have a couple $100,000 treasury that we continually give out to projects that are kind of in the startup phase that might not be applicable for a major raise or grant funding yet. And we have a vibrant ecosystem of projects that have spawned from Metacartel and its associated members. You can see all those projects on metacartel.org. We do fund like dApps and stuff like that. We don't fund developer tooling or infrastructure, and we focus mostly on user-facing stuff. So lots of experiments and lots of cool people. It's a great community of individuals who are strongly aligned with ETH and other sidechain solutions that are using ETH as well, EVM compatible. Other than that, it's a great group of individuals. We don't just take paid memberships. We also allow people to sweat their way into the DAO. So if you're new to the space, you're looking to get surrounded by a group of awesome people who will help push you and support you and give feedback on your projects. Metacartel is the place for you. It is what started my journey in the Ethereum space and helped me connect with so many different projects and so many different people. It's truly become like a family. So I see a lot of faces of Metacartel here today, and I am super thankful for this group existing. So that's the long and short of it. And check out Metacartel.
Awesome. This event itself is the offspring of Metacartel, started back in June of last year. We're lucky to have more and more DAOs participate each quarter and kind of take ownership of the event as part of the DAO Rush Council. We're looking forward to growing the DAO Rush Council this quarter by admitting new members that have open house events during this week and promoting members that have fantastic events. Assuming that there are no final DAOs, just wanted to say, make sure you go out there, make sure you attend some of these open house events. Even if you're already part of a DAO, like this week each quarter is the best opportunity for cross-pollination, for learning what other DAOs are up to, and figuring out ways that you can cooperate with some of the other communities that are out there. But at the end of the day, recruiting and growing DAOs is the name of the game. We want people to join DAOs. We think that this is really a revolution in how communities organize, because it's a lot easier to organize, especially over the internet, over space and time. This is a new way to do it. We're kicking off really a revolution in community life. So we want you to be a part of it and experience what it's like. Anything else before I close it?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention our event is happening January 14th at 12 EST.
Awesome. There's a message in the chat from Shenanigan. Make sure if you're interested in athletes that you check out what they're up to. They have an event this week. With that said, have a happy DAO Rush Week, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you across the ecosystem at all sorts of different events. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
See you this week.
Thanks.